On a package this morning, Federation Cup won by the Akwa United arrives to the state. Governor Dom Emmanuel says the Akada philosophy is yielding positive results. And House of Representatives calls for investigation into closure of Nigerian newsprint manufacturing company, Ukwiboku, 7 years after privatization. Details of these and more in a moment. This is AKBC 45 News at dawn. My name is Agnes Udo King Brown. Very good morning to you. Thousands of Akwa Ibom people yesterday drove to Ibom International Airport to witness the arrival of the Federation Cup won by the Akwa United Football Club in Lagos. Livingstone Daniel reported that the state governor, Mr. Dom Emmanuel, brought back the cup.
It was a carnival at Ibom International Airport as supporters of the club and other football lovers had taken available space at the canopy provided while others stood waiting the arrival of the cup. By 12:55 in the afternoon, the aircraft with registration number N224BH conveying the cup, the governor and chairman of the club, Akwara Wanse Ube, and the captain of Akwa United, Otto Bongefion, touched down at the airport and were received by top government functionaries and Akwa United players who had earlier arrived this state. Presenting the trophy to the people of the state, Governor Dom Emmanuel said the Dakada philosophy is yielding results. Governor Dom emphasized that Akwa United has been taking part in the previous Federation football competition but failed to win the cup till it came on board. He promised that his administration will continue to bring good things to the state and caution the people against carrying evil propaganda.
We used to capture the mood of today. His simple expression on the faces of the people shows a level of excitement. When on 23rd of September we came up and we told the whole world, Akwa Ibom has seen what the rest of the world had not seen. People did not want to listen to us. We told the whole world that let Nigeria join us, let Africa join us, that we have seen in all that path of greatness, that we want to chart a new course for generations yet unborn in Akwa Ibom, that we want to lay a foundation. Today, you've seen the result.
The Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Monde Bonko, said the Sunday victory over Lobby Stars of Makurdi means that Akwa United has not only won their first title since inception 28 years ago, but we play in the CAF Confederation Cup for the first time. He lauded Governor Dom Emmanuel for his support to the club and assured the people of the state that Akwa United will perform well at the continental level.
This is just the beginning for Akwa United.
Some players of Akwa United appreciated God for giving the club the victory, noting that the players' commitment to reciprocate government gesture made them to play their out against Lobby Stars.
I'm very, very grateful because
a cross-section of the people who spoke with AKBC 45 News said they are happy to be part of history. Livingstone Daniel reporting.
Governor Dom Emmanuel has described the victory by the Akwa United football team as the beginning of good things for the state. Mr. Domi Emmanuel stated this at the end of the road work, which was designed to show the cup publicly to Akwa Ibom people. Colonel Edem Efreti, who joined the road work, now reports.
Before addressing the people at the Globe Runabout, Wellington Bassey Way, Governor Domi Emmanuel, who was accompanied by wife Martha, had joined the jubilating members of the Akwa United, their management and fans on a road walk around the capital city with a trophy borne by the chairman of the club, Akparawa Nseube. Governor Domi Emmanuel, who attributed the victory of the team to God's benevolence, described the team's winning of the cup after 70 years since the inception of the competition as a demonstration that all things are possible once the passion is right. Reflecting that the winning team is the team that nearly suffered relegation, the governor said his support for the team is in line with his promise to promote that which would unite the people, adding that he would resist any move to create separation among the people. He said he has laid solid foundation through selfless service to enable the state produce a self-sustained future for the well-being of all. Mr. Domi Emmanuel thanked the people for demonstrating their joy at the success, thanked the team for making the state proud, and pledged his commitment to continually support that which will raise the state and its people to greater heights.
That we must rise to the point of greatness. The same message I took to the Akwa United team. I told them that we must rise above a near success syndrome. That those who rise to the point of greatness do not suffer from near success syndrome. You go headlong, you break the head. And the captain promised me that we will come back with the cup.
Earlier, the Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Sir Monde Ebonko, had said that the event was just to show the trophy to the people. Sauko testified to the good works of the governor in supporting the team, while also commending management of the team and some members of the State House of Assembly, who included Mr. Nse Usien, Idong Aseituen, and Obong Nsentuen for their support to the team. The commissioner called for more support to enable the team continue to do well.
Well, for Akwa United, yes. You have given us all that we needed. You have given us all the motivation. You have done so well, sir.
The captain of the team, Mr. Ochobong Effiong, thanked the governor on behalf of the team and pledged that the team will continue to make the state proud.
And at the time now, we need to team to change. And that is why we bring this all back to you. And we beg for more support. Because this is just the beginning.
Meanwhile, two of the players were honored by the Nigerian Football Federation for their outstanding roles in the competition. They are Mr. Abdulaziz Awakon, a utility player who was recognized as the most valuable player of the competition, and Mr. Ubong Friday, a jersey number 7 outside right winger who recorded 6 goals during the competition to emerge highest goal scorer. Colonel Edem Efreti reporting.
Governor Domi Emmanuel has described the victory of Akwa United during the Federation Cup as a very good development. Speaking at a brief reception for the team in Lagos soon after the match, Governor Emmanuel said Akwa United should not allow any victory to elude them. He commended the club for exhibiting the Dakada spirit and nicknamed the team the Dakada Akwa United Football Club. The governor recalled his interaction with the team at U before its departure, where he told the team to leave a legacy for their children.
Believe me, when we had the inspiration to launch the Dakada philosophy, it was quite inspirational. We're not doing that just to look for something to fill a gap. I think the spirit moved us to tell our Bible people that look, God has created in us that greatness. It's only at times we allow it to die in us. that if we can just have that self-awakening, we can actually achieve anything we want to achieve.
The Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Amande Bonku, had commended the governor for the sports given the team, which will ensure the success story.
For all they have done for Aqua United to get to this point. It is only those who don't know what is going on that will go about saying anything. But this particular governor has done so well for this team.
In an interview, the member representing a Synodum State constituency in the House of Assembly of Bonsentuen and the chairman of Aqua United, Aparawan Sube, described the victory as a benevolence of God to the people of Akwa Ibom State.
I feel so elated. I feel so happy that at least in our lifetime, that Aqua United, the team from Akwa Ibom State, has been able to win the Nations or the FA Cup.
Akwa Ibom and the government of Akwa Ibom State has actually motivated us and given us all the support. And I want to thank the fans of Akwa Ibom for trusting us. During the trying time, they were there with us and they were always supporting us. They give God all the praise.
Dr. Valentine Atta, a retired permanent secretary in the state, on Friday played host to people from all walks of life as they converged on his compound at the Somai Estate to join him to bid farewell to his late mother, Elder Deborah Bolajoko Atta. Elijah had a report that the funeral, which also featured a Thanksgiving service of the late Chief Charles Atta and wife, was attended by Governor Dumi Manuel and the Senate Minority Leader, Chief Godswill Akpabio, among others. His report is here presented.
Speaking at the funeral, Governor Udom Emmanuel described the late Elder Deborah Bolajoko Atta, mother of Sir Valentine Atta, as a noble woman endowed with qualities of womanhood. Her death was a home call, having lived for 90 years. As a Yoruba woman, Governor Manuel said, the late Elder Deborah rose beyond bias, ethnicity and religion, adding that she was a symbol of unity and one who contributed to the development of the state and the country. He urged the bereaved family to be condoled in the fact that their mother lived a life worthy of emulation and prayed God to give them the fortitude to bear the loss. In a sermon, the Bishop of Anglican Communion Church of Nigeria, Calabar Diocese, Right Reverend Tunde Adeleye, said Christians should seek salvation by living righteously, noting that after death is judgment, where one's works will determine where to spend eternity. The biography of the late Elder Deborah Atta indicated that she was born into the family of late Sergeant Major John Fatimeyin Ayeme in Ekiti East Local Government in 1925. Having obtained her higher school certificate in 1941 at Modern Secondary School, Ibadan, she got married to the late Chief Charles Atta in 1948 and joined him to worship at the Anglican Communion Church. Fondly called Mama Mfon, the late Elder Deborah acquired different skills in domestic science which rated her high in home management. She is said to have taught in different cities including Ibadan, Benin, Lagos and Calabar. Appreciating God on behalf of the family, Sir Valentine Atta said that his parents were light bearers and meant a lot to the family, state and the nation. Sir Val Atta acknowledged the presence of the many personalities, especially the state governor, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, for identifying with the family. The funeral featured prayer for the bereaved family, songs by the government house choir, thanksgiving and memorial service of the late Chief Charles Atta and wife Deborah, survived by 2 children, many grandchildren and relations. The remains of the late Elder Deborah Bolajoko Charles Atta was buried at her husband's compound in Ibuko Fort, Uyo.
Contractors handling the dualization of a run road have been mobilized. The Commissioner for Economic Development, Dr. Emmanuel Owidoke, announced this when the PDP caucus members from a reform local government area led by the PDP chapter chairman, Mr. Konuyo, paid him a solidarity visit.
Dr. Widiokat, who explained that political and economic inclusion was a cardinal pillar in the agenda of Governor Udom Emmanuel's government, stressed that Udom's administration would ensure even spread of development across the state. The commissioner commended the choice of Chief Isio Okomudo as a political leader of Orofong and stressed the need for all hands to be on deck to develop the area to improve the lives of the people. Dr. Widiokat allayed the fears of the people regarding recent defections of other parties, stating that Orofong remains in the safe hands of the PDP.
For me, what is important is to spread. Development must spread. One of the cardinal pillars of this government is political and economic inclusion, which means everybody must feel the impact politically and economically. Development must spread.
Earlier, the PDP chapter chairman, Orofong Oruko, Mr. Ukon Uya, congratulated the commissioner on his appointment and commended the Dekada initiative of the governor. Mr. Uya, who called for a repositioning of the local government area, appealed to Dr. Widiokat to use his good office to develop Orofong Oruko.
We come here because we want to reposition PDP in Orofong. We have some lapses in the last election, which, by the special grace of God, we know God will use you to reposition the party. We also come here to send you greetings to the governor of the state, that we are in line with the other initiatives, that the people of Orofong will continue to support him for the next 4 years, even beyond 2019.
Also speaking, a former council secretary, Mr. Antiga Isong, suggested the need to sensitize the people and make them believe in the Udom-led administration.
The state government has again promised to ensure prompt payment of teachers' salaries to motivate them for effective and efficient service. The Commissioner of Education, Elder Nyakanakwan, gave assurance when he declared open a 4-day capacity building workshop for teachers in public schools in the state. The story is here presented.
The Commissioner for Education, Elder Nyakanakwan, announced the state government's intention to equip public schools with trained and qualified teachers. State government will work hard to restore the dignity of teachers. Describing education as the best legacy the government can give to the citizen, Elder Nyakanakwan called on parents to be actively involved in the task of bringing up children for them to become better citizens. The Commissioner thanked the teachers for the sacrifices to molding characters of the future leaders.
We have a great staff in our public schools. We have a great staff in our public schools. We have teachers who are really diligent, ready, and that's why I also advocate that we maintain the of our teachers more than themselves, so that they can sit down and teach the children.
The chairman of the State House of Assembly Committee on Education, Barrister Onofiok Luke, acknowledged the fact that training of teachers will strengthen the education sector, which in turn will add value to the development of the state government. The lawmaker advised those in teaching profession to regard their role as noble and be passionate about their job. He commended STAN for working hard to ensure that Akwa Ibom children do better in sciences. The chairman, State Branch of the Science Teachers Association of Nigeria, Daldemo Udofia, said that 800 teachers drawn from public primary and secondary schools in the state will take part in the training, which is aimed at repositioning them for the teaching of science subjects, including ICT. Elder Dofia explained that the training will take place at designated venues for convenience and thanked ExxonMobil for supporting the event.
It is believed that the selected participants at this workshop shall, at the end, acquire knowledge to effectively and efficiently present their lessons to the pupils and students. More attention shall be given to computer studies during the course of this workshop. This is to encourage the habit of frequent use of computers by our teachers to match with the present technology. old age.
Goodwill messages were received from the state chairman of Akwa Ibom State Council of Chiefs, Dr. Effiong Achanga, the representative of ExxonMobil, Mrs. Regina Udobo, and the permanent secretary, State Secondary Education Board, Mr. Akpan Solomon Akpan.
The news continues after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. The state governor, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, will today inaugurate security surveillance patrol boats to support the operations of security agencies within the coastal region of Oron, Okobo, Ibana, Eastern Obolo, Uruan, Itu, Ibionibo, Mbo, Ikorabasi, Eket, Esreket, and Onalko government areas. A statement by the Commissioner for Transport, Dr. Godwin Tode, indicates that the inauguration will take place at the Marine Police Base, Oron, on Thursday, 26 November 2015, by 1 p.m. Dignitaries expected at the event are the Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Mr. Moses Eko, Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Chairman House of Assembly Committee on Works and Transport, Commissioner of Police, the Commander NSS Jubilee Ikorabasi, the Transition Chairman, Paramount Rulers, and clan heads of the local governments within the coastal region, as well as chairmen and members of Maritime Workers Association. Over 160 graduates of the Assembly of God Bible College, Uyo, have been presented with certificates and diplomas of the college. The ceremony, which took place at the college grounds, Akauguridam Road, Uyo, featured presentation of gifts to the best graduating students, Pastor Bulinet Adunale, who had 95% in all the courses. Iana Paul has details of the event.
The Assemblies of God Bible College, Uyo, is one of the 10 theological institutions of the General Council of the Assemblies of God, Nigeria, that award diploma in theology. The college, which was established 33 years ago, has graduated thousands of students in many fields and can now boast of over 500 students in 14 faculties. Addressing the 2015 graduation, the acting principal of the college, the Reverend H. Walaka, congratulated the graduating class for the successful completion of their studies, saying they are found worthy in character and learning. The Reverend Walaka said the college, which started with few students, listed the achievements of the college to include payments of 400,000 balance for academic block building, purchase of 2-in-1 flats, and payment of boundary adjustments. Challenges facing the college, the acting principal said, include more classroom blocks, staff quarters, and funds for completion of hostel building.
It was a real time of spiritual visitation and awakening as the acting principal, the board of administration members, and other lecturers took turns speaking on the different topics relating to the divine visitation in the life of the college.
In an exhortation, the Calabar District Superintendent of the church, the Reverend Ison Oyeshet, who drew his text from 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 5, admonished the graduates not to leave their primary assignment, which is preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ.
In this end time, God is raising us as jewels, and He has given us a mandate as great awakeners to announce the coming of the great revival that will sweep the church and bring holiness and righteousness.
While the graduating class collected certificates, the best graduating students and the second best got cash prizes and gifts from the college and individuals, after which they rendered a valedictory song. The Chairman Board of Governors, Reverend Xavier Nyong, best graduating students and some graduates spoke on their way forward.
And today, the long journey has come to an end. Even though it's a start of a better journey, but it's a happy day.
Today, I feel glad that I'm bringing the journey to an end.
Many people that we started with, many have died, many dropped, but I so much thank God for today that I've been able to make it to the end. As you can see,
this institution is something I believe it's been ordained by God. It's just a privilege to walk.
Yaginopo reporting.
A group of University of Uyo students' parents, under the aegis of the University of Uyo Concerned Parents, has condemned the walk-through action initiated by the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian University, University of Uyo Chapter. The leader of the group, Elder Nyobong Ofyong, in a statement condemned the Donaldson Subo-led Uyo Association for acting according to the dictates of external collaborators and other internal conspirators to frustrate the outgoing tenure of Professor Comfort Ekpo, who has performed creditably and would be leaving a huge record of achievements as one of the most successful vice-chancellors in the history of the University of Uyo. The statements describe the action of SANU as wicked, barbaric, irresponsible, and ill-motivated, and wondered why it worked through a few days to the end of the tenure of the outgoing Vice-Chancellor Professor Comfort Ekpo over issues deliberated at the University Governing Council, management, and others currently receiving the attention of the university management through the Committee on Labor Relations. The Akwa Ibom State chapter of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations will today gather a cream of public relations experts, renowned scholars, opinion leaders, public advocates, media professionals, and the business community to a special roundtable discourse. The event, which is built to hold at the Image House Information Drive off IBB Way Uyo at 4 p.m., will illustrate the concepts and implications of the Dakada campaign, a past project of Governor Udom Emmanuel. A communications scholar, Professor Des Wilson, will serve as chairman. Saite Campbell Moran is expected as special guest of honor, with the chairman of the institute, Mrs. Elsa Dorfi, as host. A statement issued by the vice chairman of the institute, Mr. Okokon Roberts, indicates that the Commissioner for Information and Communications and council member of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, Mr. Nekanumana, will be the lead discussants at the event. Other discussants at the event include the Director General AKBC, Pastor Netupe, Deputy Registrar Akwa Ibom State Polytechnic, Ikorosura, Mrs. Angela Shong, Executive Director Operations Akwa Ibom Investment Corporation, Pastor Moabasi Jacob, Special Assistant to the Governor on Youth Matters, Mr. Nefia Budofia, and State Chairman, Nigerian Union of Journalists, Akwa Ibom State Council, Elder Patrick Alberts. The Dakada campaign, according to the organizers, if properly harnessed and packaged, will add value and drive the social, mental, economic and political rebirth for the industrialization policy of the present administration. The statement accordingly invites public relations and media managers and professionals in the various fields, academia and the business community to the event. Meanwhile, the Youth Studies Center of the Institute has commenced registration of the student for certificate and diploma examinations. Interested students are encouraged to avail themselves of the opportunity and visit the Study Center at the Image House from Monday through Friday for more information. Dazzle Shibos Industries Uyo has launched a program known as Indirect Marketing Scheme. The scheme, according to the director of the company, Mr. Ubong Thompson, is aimed at improving the living standard of the people and alleviating poverty. Ayano Paul was there for KBC TV News.
The launch began with the carnival float, where marketers of shea butter as well as intending marketers walked around the Korekbene, Aka, Oron, Ikpa, Wangiba, and the Dero roads, among others. After the float, the Uyo director and South-South coordinator of Nespan Shea Butter, Mrs. Ubong Thompson, said the indirect marketing empowerment scheme is in two categories. Mrs. Thompson said with 20,000 naira, an interesting person will be given 20 big jars of shea butter to sell to 20 distributors and earn 100,000 naira instantly, while those that register with 10,000 naira will get 20 small jars of the product, earning 50,000 naira weekly or monthly. She advised interested persons to visit Helena Plaza at 260 Abak Road, near Federal Secretariat in Uyo, for more information.
The scheme we are talking about today is called Indirect Marketing Empowerment Scheme, that is going to alleviate poverty in the land. 20 times 20 is 400. And then we pay you 250 naira each times 400 is 100,000.
Performing the launch of the empowerment scheme, a director in the Ministry of Justice, Pastor Nefiok Stephen, described the initiative as unique, saying it is in line with the Dakada philosophy of the present administration. Pastor Stephen noted that the scheme will put food on tables, alleviate unemployment, put smiles on the faces of the people, and enjoined the people in the state to grab the opportunity.
When the governor says Dakada, the governor is saying, rise up and be up and doing. Don't sit inside the room praying and dreaming. Prayer and faith without work is useless.
The branch managers of Eket and Uyo also bared their minds on the initiative. Prayers were also raised for the growth of the company. Hiageno Paul reporting.
The Catholic community in Akwa Ibom has lost another night. He is late Anthony Sunday dead of no more in Bagitam 3, Itulku government area. The late Anthony dead had served as a teacher from 1959 and retired as a zonal supervisor of schools in 1989. A funeral arrangement signed by the elder son, Mr. Colinus Ede, indicates that a funeral mass will be held today at Christ the King Cathedral, Willington Basigwe, Uyo by 6 p.m. A requiem mass in Izana will be held at the same venue on Friday by 10 o'clock in the morning, while his remains will be interred at his compound. Number 2 Kunjan Street, Off-Bill Line, with housing estates. The statement encouraged knights, Catholic men and women, and organizations as well as sympathizers to be part of the obsequies. 7 years after the privatization of the Nigerian Newsprint Manufacturing Company, NNMC, Okwiboku 2, the House of Representatives has called for an investigation into the closure of the company. Inspector General of Police Mr. Solomon Areze has warned police officers against corruption and human rights abuse. Mercy Kere tells us about these and more on a national news segment.
A motion has been moved for the investigation into the continued closure of the Nigerian Newsprint Manufacturing Company, NNMC, Okwiboku Itu, 7 years after its privatization. The motion was moved during plenary in the House of Representatives by Dr. Henry Achibong, member representing Itu Ibionibom Federal Constituency. The NNMC Okwiboku was producing 100,000 metric tons of finished newsprint papers per annum, which were also being exported to other countries till it was shut down in 1998. In 2008, the Bureau of Public Enterprises sold off the NNMC to Negris Holdings Limited, whom it later became glaring did not have the financial capacity to resuscitate the newsprint company. It was resolved in the Green Chambers that the Committee on Industry should investigate the process of sale of the NNMC to Negris Holdings Limited and report back to the House within 21 days, while the federal government has been called on to formulate a blueprint with the view of taking over the newsprint company from Negris Holdings Limited. The Inspector General of Police, Mr. Solomon Arase, has warned officers of the force against corruption and human rights abuse, adding that any officer who goes against the law will be ruthlessly dealt with. Mr. Arase frowned at a situation where a suspect is kept in detention without sufficient evidence. The police chief charged members of the police force to be civil with people and also respect the cultural values of their host communities, and reminded them that the ban on roadblock was still in force. He warned them to desist from extorting motorists or brutalizing them. The Central Bank of Nigeria has resolved to reduce the monetary policy ratio, popularly called lending rate, from 13% to 11%. The resolution was announced by the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, who also added that the cash reserve ratio, which is a monetary policy tool used to set the minimum deposits commercial banks must hold as reserves, has been reduced from 25 to 20%. The Central Bank of Nigeria has also resolved to be more focused in playing its primary role of stimulating the growth of the economy by providing the needed funds commercial banks will use to promote the continued operation of the real sectors of the economy.
That is it on a package. A reminder that you can also watch AKBC TV News online by logging on to akbconline.org or follow us on Twitter at AKBC45U or on Facebook at AKBC Channel 45. Before we go, a look at the major stories. The Federation Cup won by the Akwa United has arrived at the state. Also brought a report that the Governor Udom Emmanuel has said that the Dakada philosophy has yielded positive results. That is it on our packet this morning. Thanks for watching. My name is Agnes Odor King Brown. Have a wonderful day ahead.